$99.6 billion industry. Yeah, Equity Arcade is in the business of making sure everyone can get a piece of that action. You see, with traditional crowdfunding sites, backers get rewarded with gifts like a free t-shirt or maybe early access to a game. With Equity Arcade, it's not a donation, it's a certified investment. And our website makes it simple to get started. Signing up takes less than a minute. So let us be the first to welcome you into the new era of crowdfunding.
Liberation in 1993 had between 800,000 and 1 million. The protest against the Iraq War in cities across America, this was in 2003, that had about 500,000 people, 500,000. Women's March in cities across America, this is the Women's March yesterday, in cities across America, 3.1 million, low estimate, right? Right now we're looking more like 3.3. I put a link to all of this information in the description. Check and see if any showed up in chat. Hey there, Laura. How you doing? Good to see you. Just a quick update. I was just blown away by the numbers. It's pretty impressive. And Trump's response and everything that's going on right now is just it's too Orwellian. It's just hilarious. What alternative facts is what they're calling it right now? It's pretty ridiculous. So anyway, those are just some of the numbers. This is the spreadsheet, and you can see the low and the highs, and they just keep changing as they tally. Crowd scientists say that the Women's March in Washington had 3 times as many people as Trump's inauguration. Go figure. That doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. And they've got some pretty, it's just crowd size estimates. It looks right to me. And then this has been going around. So you've got that comparison between the Women's March and Trump's inauguration. Look at all that white empty space there. Same thing they've been doing with Barack Obama's 2009 inauguration. Hey there. Hey, Jonathan, Charles, Justin, Ashley, Rose, Annie. Wow, you guys all just showed up. Dang. You know what? I'm so tired of hearing this corporate funded blah, 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 blah. It's one, irrelevant to the Women's March. 2, it's an insult to the women's marches around the world. And so I don't even understand. And so I'm not even going to go there, guys. Hi, Annie. How you doing? Hey, Springfield Progressive. Portland was big. Portland was huge. A lot of places were huge. I'm not a fan of this whole corporate media bullshit and everybody talking about all this stuff about George Soros funding it. You know what? It was massive. It was a show of power. It had an effect. It was positive. There were 0 arrests. 0 arrests. You know that? 0. It was on every continent as well. Antarctica had a protest. Did Soros fund that too? I'm sure he got his money out there. Whatever. What are you guys saying? Since when do grassroots orgs pay for busing? Who cares? Who cares? God, move on. Not the issue. You are being sidetracked and sidelined by something that's not even the importance of the issue here. We are in Orwellian times. We need to focus on what matters. I don't know. The Canadians came out. That was huge. LA tops the list. It may have. There were a lot of lists. There were a lot of 750,000 was what they were saying there. What? Celtic Barb, you're with sane progressive stance on this. What about the ladies that are killed in wars? These ladies have it easy. That's quite a generalization in judgment. That's quite a generalization in judgment. So you're just these. I don't even understand what it is. I am disappointed in those of you that are putting down the Women's March for various reasons. I'll just make that's my opinion. And if I'm missing the point, fine. So let me ask you this. Everybody who didn't like it or said it was corporate funded or had a problem with it, what are you doing in your neighborhood? What have you done today? Where did you go to march? What group did you join? Take half that energy you spend bitching and moaning about this for no reason and go do something. Just go do something. There's no excuses anymore, right? That's where I'm at with it. No excuses anymore. So, anyway, I thought it was fantastic. Here. This is it's like 1 minute video showing the different cities: Chicago, Park City, St. Louis. Yeah, I'm sure all those people were there, corporately funded. Come on, really? I know a whole bunch of people that went there. None of the people that I know that were at these marches were corporate funded or doing it for the sake of corporate interests. So that's an insult. It's an insult to the friends and people that I know that went. I just got to be honest. Just got to be honest. What was their agenda? I think what Charles said. Everybody needs to get off their ass. That's the agenda? Well, from everything that I heard, the agenda was equal rights, human rights, all the issues that have now been wiped off of the whitehouse.gov website. That was the agenda. I didn't hear any alternative agendas. Did you hear any alternative? I don't know. You please find me somewhere in the speeches where there were alternative agendas. Yeah, Charles, what were you doing to help Soros while you...
You have no idea what you're up against. That's why to blame.
This is just from the Hill, and they were just putting in some estimates. Some of the city estimates were amazing. The Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority said nearly 600,000 people had used the capital's metro system by 4 p.m. Ridership that eclipsed not only Friday's inauguration of Trump, but also the 2013 inauguration when Barack Obama was sworn in the second term. I think that's badass and amazing. That's like so many people. No violence, no arrests. That's amazing. I thought Soros was the guy that was going around funding all the violence, right? Wasn't he the one? Facebook expected 40,000 people. They had over 100,000 people. I had been hearing different estimates. That's good to hear, Charles. I had no idea how many people had shown up for that. That's amazing. That's just amazing. This is this is it right here. This is how it needs to be. It was effective. It was historic, and it was peaceful. It's an example right there. Yeah, I haven't heard Bernie's speech from Vermont. I want to find the link to Bernie's speech because I didn't even. People were telling me he wasn't speaking. I was like, of course he's speaking somewhere. I got to find out and we'll play it because I'm sure it was great. I'm sure it was great. You know. This is the other side of the universe. So we got this beautiful day, regardless of what you think of it in terms of sponsorship, what you think of it was, in my opinion, in my view, it was an amazing, beautiful, historic show of power of the people that we're ready for a massive change. And we're done with people like Trump, right? And it's not just Trump. He's got a whole cabinet full of people just like Trump. And the GOP is just like Trump. They're excited as hell that they're going to get to run away with the game for the next 2 years. So this was an amazing show of solidarity, an amazing show of power. And it was very motivating for many other people that either couldn't be there or, needed something to motivate. That's what's great about this kind of thing, is it's positive. We have to cheerlead for each other. And this was a beautiful show of power. My favorite picture, which I'm hoping I can find, and I think it was in that list, was a picture from San Francisco. It was a cop in San Francisco, and yeah, he's got his riot crap on and all of his things, but he's wearing a pink pussy hat. And that, I love that. I thought that was great. Nobody sponsored the 10,000 women of Reno, Nevada. Thank you very much. You've got it? At-home activism? Wonderful. Great. Drop me a link in Slack, and we'll run it. Drop me a link in Slack, we'll run it. It's great. That's great. Wow! Got a lot of people here. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you so much. I didn't know we were going to have a bunch of people. I was just going to do this really quick. Robert Jordan, we know that there's violence still going on at Standing Rock and Well, and I've tried to cover that as much as I can. There's at this point, we have a war happening on U.S. soil between an out-of-control sheriff's department, right, and the aligning forces of that sheriff's department and the people. But here's the thing. With the protests, the marches, with what's going on at Standing Rock, it's all important that it's happening. It's all essential that it's happening. It's all critical that we can get it as much media coverage as possible, and we need to be there, and all these things need to be done. None of them. No protest. No march. Neither, whether they're peaceful or violent, they will not take sovereignty from our current government. That is not how we can retake our sovereignty. It just won't work. It's important to protest, but everybody at the end of the day has to put down their sign and go take part in their government. If you don't take part in your government, we will not change things. And that is a lesson that has taken me 2 years of painful growth to understand, as somebody who was an adolescent in politics, in democracy, at 47. So please, please, please do that. Get involved. Get involved at home. That's this show of power. What this symbolizes is if they're willing to do this, to march, to take buses, to go all over to do this, if they're willing to do this in these kind of numbers, you know they're willing to go back home and get to work in their towns and cities. That's what that says, is that we're willing to get up and do the hard work now. We're out of our lazy boys, right? Thank you, Annie. Thank you. Nice to see you. Darcy, thank you. Glad you dropped the link. Appreciate it. We have enough problems everywhere. How do you plan to focus to get something done? You join a group. You join a group in your local town. Just like Charles Mon sent me a note in Facebook and said, hey, John, can you come to our meeting this Tuesday and talk about what you've got going on to get volunteers? Yes, I will do that. So I'm going to go meet with some people Tuesday and talk about what we're doing so that we can further the cause. That's there we go. So you guys do the same thing. Yes, I see that, Sane Progressive. There's a Springfield Progressive. I didn't need to call you Sane Progressive. There's a bill in the House to get us out of the UN. That bill has come back, and that bill has come a lot of times. Maybe this time it'll go through, but that's been something that showed up before. So. Yes. Yeah, I agree, actually. I agree. What are you guys saying? Exactly. 6 p.m. Thank you. That's easy enough. I'll see you at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Thank you very much, guys. All right. Last thing is the best. So the Women's March was amazing. This was just a quick update to talk about it. We'll see you guys on Tuesday for Awake. If you're a patron, there's going to be a little something dropped there tomorrow or maybe late tonight when I get it finished. It's going to be a little chunk of the podcast that we're putting together. So you can go there and check that out. This this is my favorite. While Kellyanne Conway and our Orwellian, I think we should change the White House to the Orwellian House, or the Orwell House. Yeah, that's the Orwell House would be the Orwell office, because everything's pretty much that way. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you very much. Hey, JJ. Hey, Annie. Hey, everybody. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do. Yesterday was really inspiring, Justin. It was bad. To me, it was badass. So, see you Tuesday. So they're spewing lies. Kellyanne Conway is trying to use the term alternative facts. All right, talking about size. It's become a compensation issue for the boy king Trump, right? Where he's complaining about the size of the inauguration. It turns out maybe he had about 160,000 to 200,000 people there on the ground in D.C. As far as network ratings, I think more people watched so whatever. But it wasn't that big of a deal. The scary thing is they're actually trying to spew lies and call a lie an alternative fact. There's no such thing as an alternative fact. That's just bullshit. and this is the best. I love that the internet and social media have become such an integral part of politics and how we communicate globally and how we send messages back and forth to each other. This is Dallas Stars troll Trump on inauguration attendance. The Dallas Stars play in a stadium that is holds about 20,000 people. The American Airlines Center holds about 20,000 people. They put on their overhead, their big board. They said tonight's attendance 1.5 million. So they're learning to provide alternative facts as well. And they probably borrowed some of the math department from the new Trump admin. I thought that was awesome. Anyway, that's it, guys. It's been the Orwell House. It's been the Orwell House for a lot longer than that, Robert. Absolutely. I'm just saying at this point, it's full blown. Like they're very transparent. Think about it. The government is currently the most transparent government we've ever had. They're not hiding behind any bullshit anymore. They're just telling you how it is. We're screwing you 100%. They're pulling out of the UN. We're going to do this over here. We're going to raise interest rates. They're not even trying to provide a backstory that makes it sound good at this point. They're just doing it. Anyway, it's at least we know. At least we know. And mainstream media. We'll talk about this on Tuesday. Dan Rather had a nice post in Facebook, and I had a response to it. But it seems like there are a few mainstream media propaganda bobbleheads that are attempting journalism. And if you catch some of that, it's kind of like a rare species in the wild. See if you can record that, capture a glimpse, get a snapshot, because it is a unique occurrence, and it's starting to happen apparently more and more these days. Very odd. Very odd. So check that out. Anyway, we're getting out of here. No, you want to go out with you want to go? I wasn't planning on going out with anything really. Hang on. Let me see. Okay. All right. How long is it?
No, we're gonna go
7 minutes. Okay. We'll go out with Bernie's speech. Why not? Here we go. Means I got to put on the headphones. All right. Yes, they've been forced to try real journalism. I'm sure it's very scary for them. That's true. Like, what is this? The truth? All right. This is a copy. This is Bernie Sanders' speech complete at Women's March in Mount Pelier, Vermont. I probably totally destroyed that name. Anyway, here we go.
We're gonna go off script here for a little bit because we have a special guest.
Thank you. You know, I have been driving down the interstate for many years, but I have never seen traffic backed up the way it is today. And I have never seen more people here at the State House than I've seen today. Jane and I and our kids were all over this place, and our daughter in Washington was marching today. Thank you all very much. What we are saying today here in Montpelier, in Washington, in Los Angeles, and all over this country, Mr. Trump, we are not going backwards, we are going forward. We are not going to retreat on women's rights, on immigration rights, on workers' rights, on health care rights, on racial justice, on the environment, or climate change. Mr. Trump, I got bad news for you. You are not going to divide us up by gender, by race, by who we love. In fact, your bigotry and your ugliness are going to bring us together in a progressive movement. Too many women have fought for too many years to make sure that women control their bodies, not the government. We're not going back. Too many women have fought for too many years for equal pay, for equal work. We are not going back. 2.5 million people, mostly low-income women, go to Planned Parenthood for quality health care. We are not going back. We are going to fight for the day when health care is a right of all people. We're not throwing 20 million people off of health insurance and ending the Affordable Care Act. Yesterday, at his inauguration, Mr. Trump told the American people that he was for working people and against the establishment. But right behind him, in the VIP section, were billionaire after billionaire after billionaire who are the establishment. Donald Trump is a fraud. And the American people will understand this. If there is any silver lining in the horrendous victory of Mr. Trump on November 8th, it is that now I see in Montpelier Washington, D.C. today, I see workers and women and environmentalists and senior citizens and all those. I see our people coming together. And the lesson that Trump and his friends are going to learn is they are not going to divide us up. But black and white and Latino and Native American, Asian American, gay and straight, man and woman, young and old. We are going to create the kind of nation we know we can be, a nation based on love and compassion, not on hate and bigotry. Thank you all.
I mean,